So a couple of weeks after launch, we started talking to players about these weekly events that we wanted to release.
Yes, we wanted a way of keeping our players really engaged. The people who were playing and were loving Sea of Thieves, keeping them playing every week. So we came up with the weekly events. But ultimately, we didn't want players to not have the chance to experience that content by having it only 1 week. So we decided to make them 2 weeks or fortnightly. And we also wanted to make some way for them to be fun in the game, not just weekly events. So we came up with Bilge Adventure. So it's tonally fun, it fits Sea of Thieves. And it also gives everybody a chance to come in and experience it while it's there before it leaves.
But the stuff that you get for it still feels exclusive, right? Like you've still only got 2 weeks to earn that skeleton hat and show off with it.
You do, and I think that's the fun, is that during that 2 weeks there's limited offerings in the shop, so whatever bone crusher offerings are in there currently are going to be switched out and there's going to be new things. That doesn't mean that the currency goes away, it just means that those offerings are very time limited and tied to those adventures.
Yeah, I think that's important for players to know that everything that they earn, when they earn doubloons, they won't go away, but it's just the stuff in the shop will cycle and will change. Yeah. So if there's something in there that you want, you need to grab it quick.
Yeah, or the other way around, maybe if there's something that doesn't quite hit your fancy that week, you maybe can save it and perhaps get more the following week or a few weeks later.
So Duke, the Bilge character who's in the taverns, you're really going to want to go and see him to see what Bilge adventures are available, and when the campaigns, you know, when we have the Cursed Sails or the Forsaken Shores, Duke will be able to tell you all about that and kind of what you need to do as part of that as well.
Yeah, I think that's part of the Bilge MO, is that they just know things that other people don't know. They've really gone out there, they've seen some stuff, they come back, they have some stories, and you just want to talk to him if you want to know what's up to date, what's new in the world. So unlike the other cosmetics, the Bone Crusher, the things that are leaving every fortnight with each new adventure, we have the consistent things, the rep bundles, the gold bags, and things like that are in there, right?
Yeah, so we heard players' feedback that they wanted another way to earn gold and another way to earn rep. Yeah. And what we also didn't want is for players feeling like if they're taking part in the Bilge adventures that they're missing out on that time spent, they're not earning gold and they're not earning reputation. So it's an option for players if maybe they've bought what they want, they've got some left over, or maybe they want to spend all their doubloons on it, they can buy a bundle that will essentially, the Bilge Rats will go and whisper in the ears of the trading companies. Basically, they'll bribe them for you and get you up a level. Or you can buy some gold if you're saving for like a really good hull or something.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think there was a lot of concerns, and Drew touched on this in one of his updates, that the Bilge Rat doubloons were going to be premium currency eventually, that you were going to buy them. Like,
they're absolutely not premium currency. They're just the Bilge Rats. They don't care for gold. They don't care for the traditional way of doing things. So this is their currency that they've invented, the Bilge Rat doubloons, but it's not something that players are going to pay for.
Yeah. So we had the Hungering Deep already, and then we went straight into Skelly Thrones. And during the Hungering Deep, I think that we said that during the first week of it, we dramatically saw a decrease in PvP kills, as well as when ship encounters were friendlier, generally. So the social collaborative nature of bringing people together kind of worked in making it so not every ship you saw on the horizon was necessarily an enemy. You really didn't know what their intent was for that time.
There was a lot of positive sentiment, I think, from that.
There was,
from players. And so we looked at we had the Skelly Thrones kind of in progress at that point, but you were going to just sit in them all alone. And we looked at it and thought, like, there's an opportunity to give players more of that social play, so we made half of them social. But then again, like, as we're always looking at feedback, we've had more feedback from players as time has gone on that players aren't always finding it easy to group up or to find people to do these kind of social aspects with. And although the social thing and doing unique and interesting different social things is a core part of Sea of Thieves, it's something we're always going to do. We'll look to ways to investigate like how we can make that easier for players and add in more tools and add in alliances and things that make it easier for you to group up and go and do those social objectives together. Another part of that kind of playing socially and continuing to play the event is the replayability. So players wanted to have like reasons to go and help other people and reasons to keep playing. And so with the gunpowder skellies, we've introduced this idea of legendary commendations, which are slightly longer term goals. So if you've already finished that core set of commendations, there's still things for you to go and do. So if you're with a crew who hasn't done anything yet, you're still going to be earning progress.
So we're in the midst of gunpowder skellies now, and that means that Skelly Thrones have just ended. But that doesn't mean that the Skelly Thrones are gone. So we're going to leave them in the world. People can still explore them. People can still have that as part of their history or the history of Sea of Thieves. And just like the Skelly Thrones, when Bilge Adventure is over, the gunpowder skellies are still going to be there. They're going to be this new behavior, new threat that the skeletons have.
Yeah, if you're going to do a fort or a bounty or just exploring on the islands, you might see these gunpowder skellies pop up.
Yeah, and so just after the gunpowder skellies, can we get a hint of what's coming next?
So we're going to be giving you a reason to explore under the water, those lovely reefs and underwater areas around the islands, but it's a malevolent reason.
Thank you very much for watching. If you want to stay up to date with everything Sea of Thieves, then subscribe to our channel and click that little ship's bell for all those notifications. Cheers. Don't worry, I'll just wait here. I'm not doing much anyway. Couple of good videos there if you want to watch.